Hi. So, a thing I also wanted to talk about is Christ consciousness. And I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard of this, but it's basically the thing that Jesus is trying to teach people. But the way I view it, things such as the Bible are meant to be taken metaphorical instead of like literally, you know? Everything is basically a metaphor. And with what I believe in, I believe there's truth in many religions, which is called omnism. And basically, there is truth in every single religious text, and they're all basically pointing to the same thing, which is that God is within you and that you have divinity within you of God. You have Christ within you, and that's what God is trying to teach you, is you have Christ within, and that's Christ consciousness. Humans have the special ability. Everything is made up of energy, right? So with that, everything being made up of energy, it's kind of like, because every atom, right, is a moving subatomic particle that vibrates. Therefore, it's energy. So everything is energy. But basically, back on topic, like Christ consciousness is basically when you ascend into your higher chakras, your heart chakra and above. And that's what Jesus was teaching, was love. And that's what is in the heart chakra. Now we have 7 chakras, correct? So in those 7 chakras, most people are stuck in their lower 3 chakras, which are your primal animalistic chakras, which is what one would say Lucifer. Basically, once you kept in these lower 3 chakras, like it's a metaphor. It's all metaphorical, really. So, when you're in these lower 3 chakras, each chakra has its own state of consciousness associated with such, right? So, when you're operating out of these lower chakras, it's kind of like, say your root chakra, right? You might be extremely over sexual or have problems with stability. You don't feel safe. You don't feel safe in your skin, so you might look to authority and such. Your sacral chakra is your feeling chakra, your sexual energy and your creative energy. And blockages with that can be kind of ego related. Like more sacral chakra blocks could be described as self-victimization, unworthiness, lack, things like that, of that nature. Also be where much shame and guilt is actually stored within your body. So, and as we go through life, these chakras, they get blocked by our actions, the things we put in our body. There's all kinds of foods that block your chakras and don't allow you to see things from a higher perspective. Because as each chakra awakens, you basically see the world from a different way. You see the world from a higher perspective in each chakra that you go up. So let's say the solar plexus, right? That can be blocked. This is your doing chakra, your action chakra. So, yeah. Basically, it can be blocked by your ego or competitiveness or anger, like not having a good control on that. It can really block it and keep you stuck in those lower 3. Like, me personally, with what I've been through with sexual molestation, that obviously affects your root chakra, your most base chakra. And like, I think that may have been part of why what I was put through is because they wanted to destroy me. Like, they wanted to destroy my confidence. And like, they wanted it to affect me for years. And it did for a while. But I've healed from that. Now, once you get past those lower 3 chakras though, you start getting into the heart chakra. So you start operating out of love. And you see things from love instead of what you can get from people, materialistic things like gain or ego, which is your lower 3 chakras, right? So once you start operating out of your heart chakra, you can really start embodying the Christ consciousness that we all have within, which is just the divine spark of spirit or God. That's what it is. Now, this can be blocked by heartbreak, like very traumatic experiences, grief, like relationships just not working out your whole life, like things like that. Just things that really hurt you emotionally can make your heart close, and you start to become more jaded and maybe more narcissistic, and you start to not give a fuck about other people, and you don't operate from love. You operate from your lower three chakras, which is gain. And really, society wants you operating in your lower three chakras, because then you're operating off a desire, and you're chasing that desire, which there's many things in society, like, getting money, like fame, power, like. Now, as you get above the heart chakra, you start operating from your throat chakra, which means you can freely, openly speak your truth, spread your word, spread what you believe to be true, and speak your truth into serving others and helping people find the way or the truth. And obviously acting from your heart chakra as well through love, because you're speaking your truth, helping others, and shit like that. Now, that can be blocked by maybe you go through life and your family or people you grew up with don't want you to speak. Like, they kind of just want to shut you out. Like, they want to... People that basically make you feel like your words aren't good enough or you don't have a voice. Like, basically shut you down. Make you feel like nothing. Like, that can really affect your throat chakra. Because you just don't even feel like speaking at all. But yeah. Now, as you get above your throat chakra, you get into your third eye chakra, which is the divine mind. Your third eye chakra basically allows your intuition to open up and for you to see things within the spirit realm from this physical perspective. Like, it basically allows you to start interpreting energy and start understanding things from an energetic level, and to start... Everyone has an intuitive sense. It can just be dulled if you're in those lower chakras or with what you're eating or putting in your body. Like, it's not always, if it's not clear, you won't have clear mind, clear sight in whatever you want to do, a vision, your goals, like your dreams, your aspirations. You won't, you just kind of... Your mind isn't as open. You have a closed mind. Like, with an open third eye, you can just see things from basically every perspective. And you start to really see things from God's perspective. Like, you basically gain the eyes of God. Like, you see things from the perspective of the Most High, which is really interesting. And then your crown chakra, which arguably one of your most important, is literally your straight connection to the divine, God, or source. So that one's probably one of the ones that's blocked the most with people in life and such, So in the crown chakra, it's basically on the very top of your crown, obviously. It basically is your connection to the divine. And when that's blocked, you will not be able to receive insight from God or spirit or your soul. I want y'all to think about intuition like this and your connection to source. When you have a strong intuition, that basically means you can tap in to the universal consciousness that exists within everything, that created everything, that knows everything, is all-knowing, omnipresent, all-knowing. So when you have a sharp intuition, you can both just connect to God, source, at all times, no matter what you're going through in this physical world. If you can learn how to meditate and go within, you will never have to worry about any type of emotion, pain, or feeling, because you can always connect just back to that divine source, and it will heal and love you, because it's been with you through everything. It is you. You are it. You are God. Literally. And that's exactly kind of what Jesus was trying to teach, Now, back to the topic of Christ consciousness. Christ it's not about necessarily even Jesus Christ, because everyone has Christ, the ability to become one with Christ consciousness. Christ consciousness, it is divine consciousness. Basically, everyone has God within their spirit or soul, or at least we come exactly from that. We are all little, you could say, little fractals of like little separations of God put into these vessels to come here with a very specific purpose or soul mission. Now, when you're not in alignment with that, when you're not in alignment with your chakras, your purpose, your soul, you just don't know. Because when you come here, you forget. You forget everything. And that's part of the challenge of this plane is, learning how to remember who you are on a soul level and a spirit level rather than just this physical ego life you've created. But yeah, Christ did not want to be worshipped or treated like he was any better than anyone else. Christ was just trying to make you realize that you have God within you. You have the divinity within you. You are just like Christ. And it said you were here to do greater things than he. Like, you literally have the same ability as Jesus Christ. You just have to wake up to your own divinity. Because Christ wasn't God. Christ was the Son of God, but we're all the Son of God. So we all have the ability to wake up to our own power and divinity within. Now, Jesus was just one of the most true examples of someone who is walking in the Spirit and has awakened their own divinity within themselves. See, he was no better than any other person on this planet, because God loves everyone equally, and God has always been with everyone throughout their whole lives. And you are technically God experiencing itself in every way through this vessel. But when you wake up to the soul and spirit of the higher realms, that's how you walk in divinity. That's how you start to understand things from a higher perspective. That's how you start to embody the consciousness that Christ was trying to teach everyone. Because that's all he was trying to do. And that's why he was such a monumental figure. But his teachings were extremely misinterpreted. Jesus Christ was actually an extremely spiritual individual, a spiritual master who did chakra work and meditated and went within. And that's what he wants you to do. He wants everyone to truly wake up to who they are within their spirit instead of listening to what society wants them to. He wants you to find who you are, who you really are within your spirit. And then you can find out what you really love and then follow that, like with your full heart. Because that's all it is love. And when you do that, you'll inspire so many people and promote love itself. So yeah, I'm sure I'll come back to this topic because I feel like I could have addressed it a little better, like the actual Christ consciousness part. And I'm sure I will. But this is the first part of me talking about it. So I hope you enjoyed it.